MAGA has absolutely turned on Sneako. They're now demanding his deportation.
He joins in, hops around, and screams and says it, but he's not a U.S. citizen, and his ass needs to be deported. Elon Musk agreed with me.
All because of this clip.
Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim.
Which is all hilarious because Sneako rode so hard for MAGA, for Trump.
I think I need a night shoe. There we go.
Trump 2024.
That was great.
Thank you so much.
That was great on you.
Appreciate that.
Let's take a picture.
Just like all these other minorities that are no longer useful idiots, he's getting put in his place by them.
And Sneako, I'm not calling for splatting his head, but culturally, I'm calling for putting him nonviolently in an airplane like a cannon, a clown in a cannon, the circus, and shooting him out of it back to the Middle East.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Allahu Akbar! Oh no! Fuck you!
From God is the greatest to fuck you all in the same breath. Sneako is ridiculous.
This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too.
This has to be rage bait or religion bait. He has to be doing this on purpose, knowing what MAGA would say about him. Keep in mind, Sneako is a person that purposely cultivated that MAGA right America first audience before he made this hard switch to the Islam audience. So he has to know the reaction, the pushback, and the negativity of him saying New York is an Islamic state will bring. From the same type of people he's supposed to be friends and aligned with, like Nick Fuentes.
So Sneako said this last week, everyone needs to cry about Palestine. I said this is how they all behave. And then literally 2 days later, he's in New York saying everyone will be Muslim. Islam will take over the world. Everyone's going to be Muslim. And you know what? I don't hate all Muslims. I really don't. I have Muslim friends and I respect Muslims, but I have the same expectation of Muslims that I have for Jews, that I have for any other foreigner that resides within our borders, whether we like it or not. And that is that you respect our country. You're in America. Show some respect. You are lucky enough that you were either born here or we welcomed you in. That's it. And that's whites. And that's a country where there's tolerance.
Which of course led to MAGA, the right, America first, the Trumpers calling Sneako out immediately. Not even calling him out, but calling for him to be deported. Deported him now. If you know Alex Jones' voice, you know exactly how he's saying that. Which was followed up by the richest racist in the world, who was a South African immigrant himself, saying yes. And then anyone else who could jump in to stoke religious tensions absolutely did. If you believe there's a single Muslim on the planet that doesn't think like this, you're delusional. We need a new crusade. A crusade is insane. I'm sure you know what the Holy Crusades were in the Middle East. They lasted for like 150, 200 years, I think, of just back and forth war between Christians and Muslims. So white Christian nationalists, racists, now calling for a religious crusade is calling for violence, which is crazy. We need a new crusade to expel these heathens from our Christian lands. Christian lands is crazy because America itself was not founded as a Christian nation. That's why state and church were always separate until Trump came along to try to make a monarchy, which led to Alex Jones getting on his show, shitting on Sneako, and begging for his deportation.
The guy reaches millions of people a day. He is anti-Islam. He's pro-Islam. He is pro-Trump. He's anti-Trump. He's pro-lockdown. He's against the lockdown.
What Alex Jones is saying right now is a fair point. Sneako is wishy-washy. It seems like his personalities and principles and beliefs have changed so many times over the years. And kind of like Andrew Tate called out before, he goes from grift to grift to grift.
He's Islam LARPing, constantly LARPing about Islam while being gay in private and taking drugs in private, as opposed to me, who keeps my faith private and my internet. He keeps his faith on the internet, and in his private life is completely haram. So we can discuss which one of us is the real Muslim if we want to have that conversation.
So people have noticed the constant changes and switches. I would hope somebody will be serious about their religion and be dedicated to it and it be a real thing for them. But, you know, Sneako has switched up a lot.
We're taking over Sharia law. He joins in, hops around, and screams and says it, but he's not a U.S. citizen. And his ass needs to be deported. Elon Musk agreed with me.
I don't like Sneako, and it's funny that MAGA, these people that he once grifted to, are now saying I now say he's not a U.S. citizen and should be deported. And even though Sneako is Filipino, Haitian, Jewish, whatever the situation calls for, that's what he is. He was born in America, making him an American citizen. But that's not going to stop them from calling for him to be deported.
And his ass needs to be deported. Elon Musk agreed with me and said, yes, it's boosted my post on this yesterday. Deport him now. Sneako declares New York an Islamic state. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world will become Muslim.
Inshallah. I think he meant inshallah. God willing.
That is the Quran. It is go read it.
Quran.
This is Islam. Just like brain cancer eats your brain, or lung cancer eats your lungs, or, putting a shotgun in your mouth, pulling the trigger when it's loaded, it'll blow your head off. This is what it does. So yes, I have a phobia of death. I get to the edge of a cliff, I have a phobia. It's a natural instinct. Hey, don't go too far in the cliff. You have a phobia for a reason. It's a rational fear. It's a good fear to have that. It is a wholesome fear to have that.
So I guess he's saying being afraid of Muslims is a healthy fear? Is that what he's saying?
And Sneako, I'm not calling for splatting his head, but culturally, I'm calling for putting him nonviolently in an airplane like a cannon, a clown and a cannon at the circus, and shooting him out of it back to the Middle East.
Sneako is from a lot of places, right? His father is Haitian, not ethnically, but Haitian. His mom is Filipino. His granddad is Jewish. His grandma was Sneako is from a lot of places, but the Middle East is not one of them. But it's just really funny to hear these people want to send this Asian dude to the Middle East.
There's other little compatriots. Bye-bye.
He responded to Elon's tweet in the funniest way possible. Go back to Africa. This is my country. With, of course, Elon with Ghislaine Maxwell, who is Epstein's co-defendant. But the tweet is funny because it's also kind of true, right? Out of the two, Sneako was actually born here and Elon wasn't. He's an immigrant from South Africa. But all of this started getting a lot of attention, even from his friends like Aiden Ross, who had something to say about Sneako.
Because I know Sneako's heart and he's a good person, but bro, he's going out so bad, bro. No religion should ever force someone to join, you know what I mean? But I feel like he has to, bro. He's so deep in this rabbit hole, he has to just do it, He's clip farming. I just think he's just going in that rabbit hole, I would say America as a country is a Christian country. Well, it was at one point, correct?
It's not. America was never a Christian country. The nation was founded to be secular. Church and state were always separate. They're trying to rewrite history now to say this is a Christian country when it never was.
We all agree? So who are people to come in and this is a Jew saying this, who are people to come in and we respect religions, but I just think like someone saying something like America, it needs to be all of Islam, and just I don't listen, it's just, dude, I have great Muslim people in my life that I love, and I have great Christian people in my life that I love. You want to just do their own shit, dude. All shit, religion's beautiful, bro.
The dumbest people have platforms. He's talking to an audience of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And they just will take what he says at face value, even though he doesn't know what he's talking about. And as Mingol gave his 2 cents as well.
Sneako responds to Elon Musk wanting him deported. Go back to Africa. This is my country.
I mean,
I don't think nobody thinks this, by the way. Literally nobody thinks this.
Thinks what? That Elon is an immigrant? He is an immigrant. Calling for Americans to be deported.
It doesn't matter what the Constitution says. It doesn't matter. Well, it does, but I don't believe it matters what the original Constitution says, not how, the woke Supreme Court justices interpret it.
The Supreme Court is filled with conservatives. They praise the Supreme Court anytime it gives them a decision that they want, like gutting the Voting Rights Act or overturning Roe v. Wade. But anytime it holds up the parts of the Constitution that they don't like, they say it's a woke Supreme Court, which is crazy.
Being born in America doesn't make you an American. Whenever you're chanting and talking about Islam taking over the country, how can you talk about how you are you're an American because of whatever reason, whenever that's literally against the First Amendment? Like, you're literally trying to say that, like, I want to ignore that.
These people pick and choose when they can say somebody's American, when they can say somebody's not American, when they can tout religion and when religion is a problem. Because when this white Christian nationalist talking about making everybody in the nation a Christian and putting Christianity in schools and making kids read the Bible, it's all good. But if it's another religion doing that, then they have a problem. With all this leading to Sneako responding on stream about being called out by Elon Musk, Alex Jones, and basically the whole right to an extent.
That's their defense. They say Elon wants free speech. So the king of free speech wants me deported from my own country for free speech? The African migrant says I should be deported?
They don't want free speech. They only want to say what they want to say without anybody else having the right to challenge them or say anything back. The right is not free speech advocates, and we know that at this point.
From my own country for exercising my right to my First Amendment? This is your king of free speech? The one saying he wants to let loose on Epstein Island at the most wildest party available? The only reason there's no photo of him there is because it never happened. It seemed like they didn't want him. That's your king of free speech?
The contradiction about Sneako is he's the same person that was arguing with academics about Chud the Builder having the right to free speech, and he can say the N-word and black people just need to get over it. But here they are trying to deport him for free speech, and he's now arguing with Elon Musk about using his own free speech to call for his deportation.
Deporting me, an American-born citizen. That's their defense. They say Elon wants free speech.
And he also responded back to Alex Jones, who called for his deportation to the Middle East.
Deport him now. Sneako declares New York an Islamic state. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world.
Every knee will bow, every tongue confess. Inshallah, people know the truth. Do they even know what inshallah means? That means God willing. It's not our doing. Inshallah, you hear the truth.
That is the Quran. It is a Quran.
Trump excommunicated you, Alex. You're like, is this guy retarded? Trump publicly humiliated this guy and said he's an idiot and low IQ and said that he's losing money and has a failing show because of Sandy Hook. And you're still repeating the Mossad script? Are you retarded? You are against the Iran war. Trump is saying that they're a radical Islamic state, and you still echo their talking points? What is it going to take for them to understand?
This is what it does.
With them basically going down the list with everybody from the right that agreed with Elon that Sneako should be deported to the Middle East.
Who else said it? Oh, Jigsaw said it. Oh. In 2 months, many eyes have been opened since my viral post about Sneako's use of streaming on X. Thankfully, Elon Musk is now calling for Sneako to be deported. Thank you, Eli. You see how none of them are actually pro-American values? Just the irony of saying that I hate America while they are repeating fascist dictator rhetoric.
It's hard to feel bad for Sneako because these are the people that he grifted to. He was so pro-MAGA, so pro-Trump. He wanted to be along with these people so bad, even though he already knew they were racist, they were bigots, they were xenophobes. They did not like people of color in general. Make America Great Again was always about taking us back to a pre-civil rights time period, which they've tried to do to the fullest extent, this administration and the Supreme Court and federal courts. But Sneako was fine being in bed with them until it went against something that he believed or felt. And now they're treating him just like they treat everybody else.
You know who else said it identical to Laura Loomer? This one here. If Trump deports Sneako and Hassan Piker, I'll vote Republican in the midterms. Did they all get a script? Elon, Laura Loomer, all saying exactly the same thing at the same exact time. Alex Jones, Mexicans. It's like Mossad sent them an email and said, say this publicly.
Or maybe that's just what they really believe.
Demonized Sneako, and they all just repeated, and they got their 7K through Zelle transfer. All the same time. This should expose what side people are on. If they sound identical to trillionaires who are allying with Israel, if they sound identical to people like Jigsaw, Laura Loomer, Mossad agents, are they really America first? Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Inshallah means God willing. It's not a threat. I want the best for everybody in the world, and I want them to come to the truth. They're saying that you're threatening to take over and all this stuff. It's not a threat, because the irony is Christians say the same exact thing. Every knee will bow, every tongue confess. I love that song from Ye. Jesus King is one of my favorite.
That is not a song from Ye. It's actually a scripture from the New Testament, but it is a popular Christian song going all the way back to, I don't know when. I grew up hearing that song in the church. That is a super old song that predates Ye's album, Jesus is King.
Ye albums. You guys know Ye is a friend of mine. And he has this album called Jesus is King. And the song goes, every knee will bow, every tongue confess. Jesus is Messiah.
People that only know things through EA is crazy to me.
Says Jesus the Lord, but it's what I believe. They are promoting a movie right now called Citizen Vigilante. They're laughing at it. It's very clearly Israeli propaganda to incite a race war. They want the regular person to be upset about Muslims to redirect the outrage away from Israel. And so easily they get subverted. It's free Palestine till the day I die, inshallah. I mean, free Palestine till the day I die. And Israel is occupying our country. It's 2 days since the 250th anniversary of our country. And we're not an independent country anymore.
Which was all before probably the funniest thing happening. That's Alex Jones realizing live that Sneako was born in America.
Sneako was born in New York City in a family with hate.
Whoopsie. Guess you can't deport me. Oh, wait. I thought I was from the Middle East. I thought the Asian guy needed to be sent to the Middle East for some reason. Whoa, wait. Now you do your research?
I heard he's a foreigner.
I heard he's a foreigner.
Whatever.
Stupid idiot. You did no research. You don't know anything. In fact, you know whose 4 grandparents are all literal foreigners? Trump. All 4 of Donald Trump's grandparents
So is
are
his wife.
foreigners. You know who his wife is? A foreigner from Slovenia. J.D. Vance, the vice president. His wife's an Indian.
The funny thing about that, though, is MAGA, the conservatives, the right, they never lied about who they were, what they believed, what they liked or didn't like, what they view as American, which is why it's crazy to me that people of color, that people like Sneako, Myron, well, not Myron, because he thinks he's white and hates himself, but people like Sneako and any other black MAGA goes to MAGA knowing that they despise them simply because of the color of their skin, let alone their religion, if they're anything other than Christian. So it's hilarious. And the same people that Sneako initially got on his knees for, created a whole audience around, is now calling him out and wanting him deported for being himself. Either way, it's just unnecessary drama that the Muslim community doesn't need right now. But shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting and thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.